Hi, I'm Alex Mozed, and we're here on Winner Take All, and we're going to talk about why Amazon supply failed in B2B distribution. There's a few key reasons on this, and we've written a good amount about it. But basically what happened is now today Amazon Business is out, and Amazon Business is at over $10 billion in GMV, growing at 20% a month. Wow. And there's a few other players like eBay and Alibaba and some startups and a few large B2B incumbents that are trying to do their own marketplaces. But, a few of the big reasons why Amazon Supply failed.
Well, let's start off. What was Amazon Supply? Amazon Supply was the predecessor to Amazon Business. So Amazon Business today, Amazon's big B2B marketplace, $10 billion in sales. Amazon Supply was basically what I would consider the prototype version of that. For one, it wasn't a marketplace. Two, it was AmazonSupply.com. It was a separate business, something they spun out separately because B2B was a new industry for them. And they said, we're going to go test this out on AmazonSupply.com. This isn't going to be part of the main purchasing experience on Amazon as Amazon Business is today. So then why didn't Amazon Supply, that first iteration of this, why didn't that work at that first crack that Amazon took at this?
Those are two key points. It didn't have a marketplace dynamic. They were really going at this linear and a separate domain. And so when Amazon shuttered Amazon Supply, that's really what the bulk of the time spent took, was to then integrate all of this infrastructure into the Amazon.com main B2C marketplace dynamic, and how could they build a lot of the business tools and features into the main.com store. And so that took about a couple of years for them to actually do all of that integration, to take the lessons learned. I think they shuttered it the Amazon Business launched in 2015. I think they shuttered Amazon Supply maybe around 2013. And then you had Amazon Business come about a couple of years later. And now Amazon Business isn't just marketplace. Amazon Business takes a similar approach that Amazon has done on the B2C side, which is to have some of the products they are buying as a linear stockholder, buying product, putting it on the balance sheet, and then reselling it. And now they've also started to then open up the marketplace dynamic for Amazon Business customers. And that's a very different approach than what they did, a number of years ago now with Amazon Supply.
Right. Amazon Supply was all Amazon's own products, all 1P, what they call first party selling, meaning they're reselling the products. It's all their inventory. They didn't have that product breadth that you see on Amazon Business. They had a handful of staples and things that people would buy regularly, and they wanted to see what those products were. But it certainly didn't have the ability to scale the way Amazon Business has over the last few years. What I would say, at the positive side, it taught Amazon, that experience taught Amazon what does a B2B buying experience need to do? How are you going to integrate with the systems of B2B customers and all the things that took them a few years to learn? So it failed, yes, but it was a learning experience. It helped them build the muscle of what B2B selling is like and how I'm going to sell to that customer.
And in our white paper, the Amazon Business Teardown, at the end of 2018, Amazon Business had over 250,000 third-party sellers. This is tracking all the main categories on Amazon Business, and the growth of third-party sellers over that 1 year period of time was about 20%. And when you dig down deeper into these categories, it's actually even more than that, because Amazon Business did a lot of pruning of third-party sellers. So when you actually look at the low after the pruning to the high of about 261,000 sellers, the growth was actually even more than 20%, which is pretty remarkable. So we're really seeing that dual fold model, right? The linear model plus the platform, that 3P marketplace model, and how the strongest distribution model today in B2B distribution or in retail is not one or the other. It's as Doug McMillan likes to say, it's both. It's how do you put the linear plus the platform together and get the best of both worlds. And why is that valuable? Because that's what the customer wants. And if the customer wins, you win.